We're talking about celebrities. A lot of them live out in California, but they don't see a lot of the homeless problems. They don't see the hypodermic needles. They don't see the trash or the tents because they're all off in the hills and behind the fence. But regular, hardworking Americans that own small businesses are confronted by this growing, I'd call it scary, culture that potentially has health risks. Now, you interviewed someone who was actually bitten by a homeless person. Let's listen.
He hit somebody and it got really violent. Some of the staff subdued him, and we tried to call the police to have them intervene and arrest him. And in the process, he decided to bite me. 4 months before as well, a woman came in who was drugged out, who wasn't making any sense. We just wanted her to exit the store, and she just grabbed my arm and bit on it and dropped her weight.
Now, California is supposed to be a compassionate state, Tucker. Why aren't they protecting their own people?
And that's the question. I mean, because what you're watching isn't compassion. Of course, it's cruelty. It's the opposite of compassion. It's allowing people to live in their own filth like animals until they die, of exposure or overdose or seizure. I mean, these people die, and then normal people, taxpayers with jobs and families, get bitten in their own store in downtown San Francisco. It really is. It's like an episode of Dawn of the Dead. I mean, it's postmodern. This is like the collapse of society itself. What's interesting to me is that it's happening in the richest city in the country and the most beautiful city in the country. And by the way, none of these tech people built San Francisco. They have no right to destroy it. It's not their city. They show up from around the world. They come to this place and they trash it. And they don't have a right to do that. But it's interesting that this collapse is being overseen by the world's richest people. It just tells you a lot about how decadent our ruling class is, how uninterested they are in like the average person's life.
And if you actually pointed out, they're saying you're exploiting the issue for political reasons. They're saying you're not compassionate. They're saying that you're just trying to score political points. And, they've absolved themselves of any responsibility for anything that happens in their state. And heaven forbid, Donald Trump comes in there and tries to clean stuff up. He's like the hotel manager of the country, right? He's a hotelier. If he sees a cigarette, if he sees a homeless guy, he sweeps him up, he gets him away. He's just trying to do that with California.
I hope he can. I mean, look, their protests are obviously just a diversion. I mean, in the end, you judge people's leadership by the fruits. You're in charge of a city. Okay, let's spend an hour walking around the city. And I'm from California. I was born in San Francisco. I go there all the time, and it's falling apart. I have a lot of relatives who live there, but you don't even need that. Just go there for a day. Wow. And then ask the person in charge, like, you did this. Are you proud of this? No, you should be ashamed.
Tucker, I think you should do a whole week show out in San Francisco. Tucker goes to San Francisco and just see what happens.
It infuriates me. And it should infuriate all of us.
It should. All right, Tucker Carlson, there he is, 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And get the Tucker tote bag. It's a big hit in Water's World.
You had to win it.
That's right. I earned it. I'll see you later, Tucker.
Pretty good. Thanks.